What's up, YouTube followers, people watching this video? What's going on? It is the end of January 2019, and we've had CES, MWC around the corner, Mobile World Congress, and I've been seeing a lot of articles, mostly headlines, because who has time to read every article you see, but a lot of articles about high-end smartphones are in decline as far as sales. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got Apple, Samsung, and big players like that have still sold a lot of phones, but overall I think there's a downward trend in sales. And just wondering, sorry, I was staring at my screen there because it went off, but I guess we're still recording, so sorry about that. But we're downward, and people are like, why, or what's going on, or I wonder what's happening. And I don't think it's so much the economy per se as it is phones have gotten really expensive, and on top of that, they haven't improved a whole lot. They haven't innovated a whole lot in the last 3-4 gens of phones. I mean, going from a Note 4 to a Note 9, for example, on Samsung's line, quite a lot of improvement. But going from a Note 8 to a Note 9, which I did, not a lot of improvement. It's slightly a little bit better phone. It gets a little bit better battery life in my experience. The S Pen now has Bluetooth, so you can use it for gimmicky things like taking a selfie or something with it. And I have used it like the whole, my family sitting down somewhere and the phone posted up against something, and then we use the pen to take a pic. It's a pretty handy little feature. So little things like that, but nothing major has been improved. So now you're talking, like the S10 coming around the corner here in a few weeks, $1,000, $1,200 for the high capacity, memory capacity version. That's a lot of money to spend on something that's probably not going to be a huge improvement in terms of performance or screen resolution or anything like that. Maybe camera, slight improvements. They always tend to do a little bit on that. But these things have gotten so good now, I don't see the justification. I just don't. So I can understand a somewhat of a downward trend in sales because of that. Also, you have all these other players now. I mean, you're talking Energizer bringing phones to MWC, and like 20 models or 25 models, something like that. It's crazy. You've got Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi. You've got so many makers out there that are selling phones for quite a bit less than Apple and Samsung, and realistically with extremely high performance and high specs. So maybe some people are starting to pick those up too, although you don't really see them out in the wild too much. The majority of the phones you see out in the wild are still just Apple or Samsung, but in developing areas in other parts of the world, Apple and Samsung certainly taking a hit because these other makers are out there selling their phones for a fraction of the cost. So I totally understand that. So what are your thoughts on the subject? Leave a comment. Let me know. I'm curious. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. This is now filmed on a Gear 360, the new version, using only the front cam. So I'm curious to see how the video quality looks. Again, I know I've said this before, super cloudy day here in Phoenix. This is not the norm for us, but it is cloudy, and the lighting is a little bit subpar. I did switch to different white balance. Hopefully that helps. And